I could... yeah. No. Maybe I could... no, that won't work either. What if I... no. I got it. No, that won't work either. Did you think of a skit yet? Dude, I'm trying. I just cannot think of anything. You know people are expecting them now. I know, but that wasn't what I signed up for. I just did a couple because I thought that they were funny. You've got to give the people what they want. I really don't think that I can think of a new skit for every video. Well, I am not you, and that is not my problem. Well, it's my channel, and I'm not doing a skit today. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Good here at the House of Masks, and today's video is going to be a Buckethead mask conversion video, and that is going to lead us into the next large project that I have going on for the channel. So I'm not going to waste any time, we're just going to go ahead and get into this. The first thing that we have here is an 83 Caesar mask. This is the same exact mask that Buckethead used and still uses to this day. I don't think he has ever used an 86 or the 86 recasts that are now known as the 2015 copies. As far as I know, every white mask he has used has been an 83, so that's the first thing that we're going to use. Next up, we have some glue, and we have these little fabric pieces. This is just a very old thin t-shirt that I found that kind of looked exactly like what I needed. You can see through it when you're looking out. Everything's kind of foggy, which is exactly what Buckethead said about his, but you can't see into it, so you wouldn't be able to see my eyes had this gone over the eyes of the mask. We have an X-Acto, and we have a pencil. So basically the first thing that we're going to be doing is tracing out the mouth cut, because Buckethead always cuts the mouth out of his mask. I don't know why he does that. Maybe for ventilation, but I don't really see a large difference between the small hole here and a slightly larger hole that he cuts into his mask. But we've got some reference photos, so the first thing that we're going to do is trace it out. You can always go back and erase, so make sure that you're just paying attention and getting this as close as you possibly can. I don't know how people mess these up, but they do. Nothing is permanent until you make it permanent, so make sure that you're happy with your cuts, and then you can go ahead and start in with the X-Acto. Now keep in mind, as I said earlier, Buckethead has used many of these. They've always been 83s, but he's had a couple different variants over the years, so you can use whatever one you want. Just make sure that you're putting in the research and you're using the reference photos of the same mask and not a couple different masks. Personally, I am going for the mask that he was wearing in 2016 when I saw him live in concert, so I'm going off of 2016 photos that were taken around the time that I saw him, and that is the design that I'm going to be going with. Alright, so I've got a design that I'm happy with. As you can see, there are layers there where I just sketched out and then reshaped and reshaped until finally I was happy with it. So now I'm going to take my X-Acto and start the cutting. Alright, we've got a cut here that I'm nice and happy with, and basically what I'm going to do now is just take my eraser and make sure that I've got all the excess pencil off of the edge of the cut there. Clearly I'm trying to recreate something, which is why I used a pencil, but I'm sure that when Buckethead does this, he just takes a blade and cuts it out, so there's no pencil involved. So yeah, we're just going to clean it up and then we will continue. Okay, so now that the mouth is all taken care of, we've got all of our cuts and blemishes taken care of, we are going to go ahead and move on to the next step, which is taking this cloth and putting it in the eyes. Now, Buckethead's mask had some sort of cloth in the eyes. No one actually knows what it is. What I did was took an old t-shirt that was already pretty thin, and I cut some chunks out, and then I just kind of worked with it with my hands. I stretched it out, rubbed it over the edge of my desk until it was thinner and thinner. I'm sure that you can use pantyhose, mesh, or any other number of weird thin fabric, and it would look just fine. This just happens to be what I had at the house, so who knows what Buckethead used. I'm sure that we think that it's pantyhose or something, but it's probably the weirdest thing that we've ever heard of because he's Buckethead, and for some reason, old Buckethead stuff, old Slipknot stuff, all that kind of shit is just weird, rare items that no one can seem to find. So it wouldn't surprise me if he used some sort of weird alien spaceship technology to put eye inserts in his Caesar. So what I am going to suggest to do is, I guess I probably should have told you this at the beginning of the video, is I just got some tape here. I'm going to tape the piece into place, kind of stretched out how I want it inside of the mask, and then I'm going to go around the perimeter of the eye with the glue. This glue should soak through this pretty easily and stick the mask and the fabric together. And then once you're all done, you can remove that tape or just kind of cut out that part of the tape. So let's see how that works. Okay, so we have the lips and mouth all in place. Now we just need to let that glue dry on the inside, and then we will remove the tape. So I'll see you guys back in just a second once this is dry, and I'll show you guys the inside, and then we'll get on to the big project. Alright guys, so all the glue is dry. As you can see, it's totally wearable. And we're just going to let that sit now because I wanted to tell you guys that this mask is the start of a life-size Buckethead display. You may or may not know that there is a life-sized Michael Myers from Halloween 2 in my living room, and it's just kind of serving no purpose at this point. It's not even with the Michael Myers collection, and nothing on it is really accurate, so I've just decided that I'm going to be swapping that out, and I'm going to be doing the Buckethead version that I saw live in concert in 2016. That includes this mask, the Jordan jersey, 90s KFC bucket, some Converse, stuff like that, and it's just a super cool look, and obviously it means something to me because that was the first and only time that I've seen Buckethead in concert, so that's what we're shooting for. So I guess this is going to be a video series of transforming a Michael Myers mannequin into a life-size Buckethead mannequin, which I've never seen. I've never seen a life-size Buckethead mannequin, so that should be pretty cool. So stay tuned. I'm going to be bringing you bits and pieces as they come, and I'm really looking forward to it. So thank you guys very much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and we will see you later. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe. If you like all of my content, make sure to find me on all my social media platforms. If you really like the House of Masks, consider becoming a patron. All the links will be in the description below. If you dislike the video, or me in general, make sure to write up a detailed formal complaint and shove it right up your ass. Thanks!